And welcome back to our fourth match of the day, Smash Alliance versus Green Alliance. Tell us what we see, Eds.
Well, Smash Alliance have rolled out an unusual setup again, random ships it would seem. They've got a Harbinger, Drake, Demos, Basilisk, Thoras, Manticore and a Crusader. And on the right hand side for Green Alliance, we've got a Hurricane, 4 Ishtars, 2 Amarr Navy Slicers and 2 Punishers.
If I'm correct, it looks like that Basilisk and the Manticore have warped about 15 clicks off the main blob.
I don't know what's happened here. What a part of the half of the Smash Alliance group have warped in at range, and 2 of them have warped in too close, it would seem, or certainly off the main group, and a little bit too close to that to the Green Alliance group. We've got some strange stuff going on. We've just been looking through the setups of the ships. We've been looking at the turrets, and we look like we've got Tech 1 turrets on some of the Smash ships. It looks like we've got lasers on the Ishtar, I believe. It looks like it's a very unusual set of ships.
It looks to be like most of their fitting is simply an afterthought.
Either that, or they've gone to the test server. We're looking at one or two things here. They've gone to the test server. They spent 2 weeks, and they've built a solid setup, or they've just chucked a lot of stuff and they found in their hangar. It's one of those two things, and we're about to see the match go away. We have a countdown in local, and it is match on. We see some movement. We're seeing quite quickly. We're seeing the approach of what looks to be the frigates approaching the screen. The Punishers are running. We've seen that the Punishers are running projectiles. The Amarr Navy Slicers are probably running lasers because they get a laser bonus. That is the Smash Crusader again running beams, and we are seeing damage
to the Hurricane.
To the Hurricane. They've called it as primary. It's already through shields. It's into armor. We're not seeing any damage at all applied to the Smash Alliance team.
Load of drones, though.
Yeah, load of drones. And what drones are they? It must be. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, they are ECM drones. But there are some middles. There are some Hornet 2s and Hobgoblin 2s out there as well. But there's a lot of ECM drones on the field as well. We've just started seeing damage applied to the Basilisk for the Smash Alliance team. That Hurricane is hovering in half armor, taking a hella beating.
And it looks like those slicers are set up for remote logistics.
Yeah, which is pretty strange. But that Hurricane is receiving as much as it possibly can in a way of help, and it's actually climbed right back up to full armor.
Has lost their Basilisk.
And the Basilisk is gone. That's it.
Manticore is gone.
We've seen in past tournaments, you lose your logistics, your linchpin. It's not long before the rest falls apart.
Why do you think they warped into that range? Mistake?
I think they probably warped in at mistake. I think what probably happened, we can't speak for them, what probably happened is the team were told to warp in at this distance. 5 of them did, 2 of them didn't. Unfortunately, one was the Basilisk, which got isolated from its main team, was picked up by the Ishtars, and they took it apart very, very, very quickly.
Barring the loss of that Amarr Navy Slicer, it looks like Green Alliance might be able to pull off a total hell death.
Yeah, and that is climbing. Obviously, they are very logistically heavy on those Ishtars and support ships set up on the right-hand side. We've seen easily tanking the damage to that frigate, and we saw the Hurricane climb from about a third armor to completely full in very little time earlier. We're seeing damage applied right across Smash Alliance bow here. They are going down hard and it's gone. Wow.
Demos has dropped.
No dropped, popped, poop, and that is just a sheer display of raw DPS, which is what 4 Ishtars, I guess, and a Hurricane fitted with. It looked like, to be honest, Tech 1 guns, but even so, the damage output was quite severe. That Hurricane is still webbed, still being called by the Smash Alliance team, but really, we could see our second total hell death of the day here.
Seems to be only a matter of time.
Yes. The unusual setup for Smash Alliance. I don't really myself get the idea of mixing and matching your ships up. They had ships that shield tank, ships that armor tank. They had, it didn't. For me, look on the outset, obviously they may have plans, but it didn't really gel together.
Well, it's a lot different from the test server when you get into these matches because you control what you fight on the test server. You don't control what you fight in these matches.
We've seen a lot of the feeling, there's a lot of feeling that this is a paper, rocks and scissors game. Now that, to a sense, is true, but not totally, because you can bring out a tactic that defends against 2 or 3 other types of tactics reasonably well, and may has a weakness or Achilles heel, or maybe even 2. But that setup on the left, I can only imagine they brought out hoping or thinking that Green Alliance were going to feel a certain type
That Drake looks to have a pretty solid tank. The most Smash could hope to do now is pop one of those frigates.
I don't think that's going to happen. The frigates are logistically sound. They're all very close to each other. That Drake's going to go down. As soon as it comes out of SHIELD, it's a Caldari-based ship. As soon as it comes through SHIELD, it's going to virtually insta-pop.
Look at the swarm.
Yeah. Wow. He's in trouble. It looks like a passive tank. I've not seen it boost once yet. So it looks like a typical Drake passive tank. Huge amount of shield extenders.
No, it looks like he's got a booster running all right.
Yeah, there it is. You are correct. And it's not doing much. It must be a small or maybe not a very good medium. We're going to see him exit shield now, and there it goes. The armor will melt. The hull will be virtually non-existent. And we are going to see a total hell-death win to Green Alliance, the new guys.
Very solid showing. A very weird fit, but it seemed to work out well for him.
Next time, maybe Tech 2 guns on your Hurricane. Maybe. And that is going to be that. We're going to pass straight back to the studio to young Spiral Junkie, minus his mustache, to give you the lowdown.
It's fair to say that was both the worst and the best performance we saw there. Mm-hmm. We've had reports from GM Dionysus, one of the guys doing the back-end stuff, and the GM's working exceptionally hard to get all this running, that Smash didn't know they were competing and put their team together in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Does that excuse what was, quite frankly, a terrible performance on the left there, Stavros?
I don't think so. I mean, it's rather upsetting. I mean, we talked about all of this kind of stuff with the amount of teams that wanted to get in, and if that is true about Smash and they did only organise their team in 5 minutes, I mean, I don't really believe it, because like you see a lot of Smash people posting on the forums, and it's not like it was a surprise, like, hey guys, I have a tournament tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, the build up for it's been there for weeks, and somebody must. It's not like we just randomly pick alliances and send them a mail saying, hey, you're in the tournament, congratulations. You actually have to apply. There's an application process.
Yeah. There's a billion ISCOM missing.
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody's taking them for a bit.
That solves two mysteries.
And I mean, even if it is true, it's very disappointing, because I mean there are a lot of teams that have put a lot of effort into this. So to spend 5 minutes before it, if that's all the effort and that's all the game you're going to bring, get out and let somebody who actually wants to play into the tournament.
Angry Stavros is angry.
Angry stuff, yeah. In a minute we'll mention roleplay, and he'll get another one of his famous rants about CCG and roleplay. And
a rant.
Okay, yeah, a rant. Can you say that?
Rant.
Rant. It's the same word. It's just.
What's wrong with your mouth?
Many things.
Tournament, boys. Tournament.
Okay. Right.